In a quiet village surrounded by rolling hills, there lived a clockmaker named Elias. His shop was small but filled with intricate timepieces of all shapes and sizes, each ticking with precision. Elias was a master of his craft, but he was also known for being a solitary man, rarely stepping out of his shop. Elias had a son, Leo, who was the light of his life. Leo, an energetic boy with a curiosity that knew no bounds, often asked his father questions about the clocks. "Why do they tick so fast, Papa?" he would ask. Elias would smile and reply, "Because time is always moving, my boy. We must use it wisely." But Elias himself had forgotten the wisdom of his own words. As his business grew, so did his workload. He began spending long hours in his shop, fixing and creating clocks for customers, leaving little time for Leo. "Papa, will you play with me today?" Leo would ask, holding a wooden toy he had carved. Elias would ruffle his hair absent-mindedly and say, "Not today, Leo. Maybe tomorrow." Days turned into weeks and weeks into months. Leo grew older, and his playful requests became less frequent. Yet Elias didn't notice. He was consumed by his work, believing he was securing a better future for his son. One evening, as Elias was polishing a delicate pocket watch, Leo appeared at the door of the shop. "Papa, I finished my school project. Would you like to see it?" Elias glanced up briefly. "I'm busy, Leo. Show me later." Leo nodded quietly and left. That was the last time Leo asked for his father's attention. Years passed, and Leo became a young man. He left the village to study in the city, returning only occasionally for brief visits. Each time Elias would ask, "How are you, son?" But their conversations never lasted long. There was a distance between them that Elias couldn't bridge. One winter, Elias received a letter. It was from Leo, saying he had been offered a prestigious job abroad. "I'll be leaving soon," the letter read. "I wanted to thank you for everything, Papa." Elias felt a pang of regret. He realized how much time had slipped away, how many moments he had missed with his son. He decided to visit Leo before he left. When Elias arrived at Leo's small apartment in the city, he was greeted warmly but with a formality that felt unfamiliar. Over dinner, Elias finally found the courage to speak. "Leo," he began, his voice trembling, "I'm sorry. I wasn't there for you when you needed me. I was too busy chasing time, and I lost the most precious part of it, you." Leo looked at his father, his eyes softening. "I used to wait for you, Papa. But I understand now. You wanted to give me a better life. I just wished we had spent more time together." Elias nodded, tears welling in his eyes. "I can't change the past, but I want to make things right. I brought you something." He handed Leo a small, handcrafted clock. Unlike the others Elias had made, this one had a unique feature. Instead of numbers, the face bore the words family, joy, love, laughter. "I made this for you," Elias said. "It's a reminder that time isn't measured by hours or minutes but by how we spend it, with those we love." Leo held the clock in his hands, his heart heavy with emotion. "Thank you, Papa," he whispered. Though Leo moved abroad, he and Elias stayed close. They spoke often, sharing stories and memories. And every time Leo looked at the clock his father had given him, he was reminded of the lesson Elias had finally learned. Elias too changed. He began closing his shop earlier, spending his evenings helping neighbors, walking through the village, and cherishing the simple moments he had once overlooked. The clockmaker had spent a lifetime building devices to measure time, but it was only in his later years that he truly understood its value. Time, he realized, was not a commodity to be hoarded but a gift to be shared, and once lost, it could never be reclaimed.